Hello, America. Hello, world. Hello, YouTube. Hello, red brick people. We're going to do a little bit of red brick hunting. We're going to drop down into the Black Mirror. Beam us into the Black Mirror, Captain Kirk. Thank you. Let's get down here and start red brick hunting. We're going to be looking at Corfe Castle. So, Corfe Castle is in the UK. Um, we this is a take two of this because what happened is the audio was completely not there. So for what reason I don't know. So just makes work more work. So anyway, I enjoyed doing it. So I'll give it a re-narrative here. It wouldn't be like the first one. It was really nice narrative. I thought, at least myself, about Corfe Castle and the narrative lie they give us, like Google. Like if you go to Corfe Castle and you use Google, in this video will show you conclusively that they leave it really faded and don't want to get a close-up. Where I showed you some meltage and some real narrative of what transpired here with this castle. And it's on a melted infrastructure of the past, okay? Because everything around it is melted too. It's more building, okay, that melted upon itself. All the coastlines are melted buildings, folks. All man-made, manufactured, melted, all over the place. And that's what I was showing, or rather saying, in this narrative about Corfe Castle. And don't matter where you go, I give you example in this narrative as well. Like there, I'm giving you a pretty good look-see of what you're looking at. Is if it would have kept melting, it would be it would be what they call a mountain today. If it would have continued to melt, see, and that's a really, really big structure. The picture doesn't do it justice because you don't see a person standing there right there. Okay, but it's a colossal structure. Okay, like all our mountains were colossal structures that melted. So Google won't show you. They'll hide stuff. And like I make videos, and we talk about those who not see, who cannot see, the Nazis. See, the Nazis made them not see, and we're tired of it. We want to wake up the world, and I'm going to show you the people behind it. How they want to hide stuff, and they've been hiding it. Now they have it available to you, but they wanted to hide it now too because too many people are on their path, and that's why again they want to put on your mask with the story of blah blah blah. Just the same tactics they used in the past. They just use the recipes over and over, like some mad scientists, order out of chaos losers. And look here, that's what I was showing you. This is just a region around where that castle was. Other pockets of survival, where you see that was red brick, okay, and meltification caused that to occur to those bricks, and you see what happened to those. The heat came up from the bottom, and you see that they'll give you one narrative after another narrative, and in the Word of God it says, "I'll leave you homes you didn't build, cities you didn't build, wells you didn't dig." Where? Right there in front of your face. You're living on the crime scene, folks, and nobody's telling you the truth. They're giving you goobly gop about space and hocus pocus, with the Nazi stuff, with who did this and who did that, and we know it was the same MICKEYMOUSE group. You know what I mean? So Jelly Bean, not their narrative lie, And there, I'm showing you now what Google will show you, and then show on Google Earth and Photosphere, I found some good imagery of meltification. Every time I go there, I get dropped into the melted world because it don't matter where I drop, you'll find it. If it's in Pontiac, Michigan, if it's in Pueblo, Colorado, up on a mountain, and I heard it just snowed there. Yeah, I heard your toes are cold and you don't know where your winter socks are. Well, man, oh man, you better get a plan, Stan. You better get on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much, just drop off the key, Lee, and red brick yourself free. Get on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much, just... Okay, let me get back to the narrative. Yeah, I just showed you that map, and in old maps in the year I-496, it said I-496 or something like that. There was a map with a bunch of what looked like castles all over the UK, and the known map that they gave us, more accurate than the one that we have today, showed us a bunch of these castles, the base of them burning. Okay, so, and that's, in I-496, so the year's what, 496 then, so they added 1,000 years like the truther's been telling us. Well, again, I don't know, but sure it looks that way, you know what I'm saying? So, there I show you some, for instance, melted imagery in your head so you can get a concept of the cataclysmic occurrence that went down on this earth, this flat earth realm. And you'll see dendrite lines everywhere, and for lack of other word, I used dendrite, from electrical meltification that occurred and left its path, the least resistance path, and it just... And that path is where your water lines follow and everything, and the meltage of the buildings follow those dendrite lines as well, in many ways, sometimes drooping and melting in other forms and fashions, and yes, indeed, with wind too, because we know that we see a lot of wind was a big factor in much of the meltification, because with wind just increases the heat, and it popcorned a lot of stuff and made you have these round boulders and all kinds of weird stuff. So that gives you more understanding of what was going down. And that heat was so intense, we have a veil over top of us, and it pierced the veil, and which flooded this earth with water. Okay, so the water came and moved all the melted shit all around, and then you got groups of people call that mud floods, and that's not a mud flood. Okay, that's a building flood, and little floods there occurred thereafter. Yeah, because all these structures are collapsing. You have these goofballs mining them and doing this and doing that, and there's water pockets under some of the buildings that are above water, and then they flood this region out. There's drains and valves all over. So we know that today. We know that star forts were for energy powering up cities. They used pneumatics. They knew how to use electricity very well, from the air as well as the water. They could pull electricity from many resources, and we've been lied to about all our past. When I say we evolved, oh my goodness, and the Darwinism theory and everything to draw you away from the truth. See? So I know it's time to everybody wake up, because, I say Nazi, those who cannot see, you're Nazis. See, you're Nazis. You're Nazis. But you can't see that even, man. If you were tricked by the television to put on a mask because of some gobbly-gob story the television told you, do not see, and you are a Nazi. And who told you that? The Nazis. Their weapons. Their propaganda programming on your mind. And looky there. More meltification. Right there, just community. Just down the street from around this area. Pockets of survival everywhere. Yep, everywhere. Look at that there. Look at this. Just this big old chunk of something they'll tell you is melted, formed by... No, that's melted bricks. You see what it went through? A powerful cataclysmic meltdown. That's part of the building, folks. See? Just like trains. Infrastructure of trains. That was inherited property once again. They were smashing up in the World's Fairs and getting rid of the evidence. You're on a crime scene, folks. And we are unraveling it, and the evidence points to those who cover up stuff, those who want to block the sun. Excuse me. So, that's where I'm pointing out that everything you see these people stand on is part of the building. Okay? And then maybe even this little structure they built here that I have the mouse pointer on, they probably even built, there was probably some block there, just stick something up there. Maybe not, maybe there's some red bricks underneath that, I don't know. But if we touched down, we could tell you the difference. It's that easy to tell. You know, once you're educated that all the mountains are melted buildings, then you say, all right, it's pretty good, easy to identify meltage, especially if you believe that this whole world was melted, and I do. So the sun blockers have been revealed. Secret societies are no longer secret. They have been revealed. They put the smartphone in their lives and become stupid. See? S with the smartphone don't work. There's 3 S's and it don't work. See? It don't work for them, and they got busted. And that's how it goes. All things will be revealed, and we're in that time of the revealing going down. So we're the ones revealing who they are, what they're up to, and why. And like we said, it's about power, energy, and keeping you from the truth. And I want you to know the truth. So that's the absolute fact. So the last video I produced, that was over 20 minutes long. And right here I'm looking, and I can't recall what I was talking about here, but I know it's something to do with the Corfe Castle and the surrounding region, and dendrite lines, and something, and about the entire coastline all being melted building, man-made. Cataclysmic event happened. So if you start, there's little, some YouTube videos of particular people you go out there and see who are starting to wake up to say, yeah, all the coastlines are man-made. Hey, what's up with this? And he goes down and does some boots on the ground investigating, and sure enough, there's more and more people waking up and believing, and some of them still don't believe all the mountains are melted buildings and that we reside on infrastructure of the past. But it might take some time. We've been dumbed down. We've been given a bullshit education through public education system of lies and nonsense. Lies of wars and rumors of wars for a particular group of people to make a lot of money. And they sure made a lot of money with this hokey poke stuff. Even Bill Stinking Butt said it's one of the best investments he's ever made. See? Invested in lies. See? And the Bible tells you about people like that. For those who deceive the world, it would be better off they wouldn't be born. See? So I really feel sorry for sunblockers like that and goofballs like that who don't even know who they are. They're just a confused, probably, maybe he went down the same slide Biden did, hit his head too many times. You don't know if he's a girl or boy. You don't know if he's alien or human. See, he's confused. See, so money makes you insane. And you see the insanity before you today. So, hope you can start seeing, just like this here. What is this? Just out in the middle of nowhere like this. That was part of the melted past. Well, not the middle of nowhere. It's part of the, stuff right on the coast here. Of the same region I was just showing you about this castle. There's one cat, another cat, making sure they give you the good imagery. See in the shadows, in the shadows, in the shadows, in the shadows. See what I'm saying? Remember, we had one president in the shadows. They're all in the shadows, folks. They're lurking, creeping, lying. Everything we've been told is a lie. But we looked around here on the feet because we find a lot of stuff. You see this by these guys who want to cloak themselves as a shadow here. They're all there. You always find these guys here. cloaking themselves in the shadow, because they know they're going around and looking to see what they need to do to make sure the story we're telling don't get told the right way. They're going, hey, 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 can they make sense here? What kind of narrative can we put behind this? Because they have to come up with a lot of stuff, and they can't do it. Geology is dead. Meltology is the leading force in the future and the present now. All the people who are going to continue to be tricked to take geology courses and so forth are dumb. Anybody who wants to enter a university to hear the narrative lie about blah, 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 you're dumb. All these universities need to be shut down. All these Notre Dames, these Michigan States, all of them need to be shut to the ground, redesignated as prisons. And those people who gave us that narrative lie, we need to stick them in there. So, here's some more melted infrastructure right here that I was showing you, all on the coastline. Look at that red brick, red brick, red brick. Look at that carbon-14. Beautiful, beautiful evidence of the red brick world that we live upon. So hopefully you can start seeing it. It didn't take that much for me to see it, you know. I think the more you open your mind to listen to other people, even if, you know, I don't know, in the Word of God it says God will use the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. So I've been confounded by a lot of wise people who are fools. So the foolish wise are confounding the wisecrackers of the world who've been hiding from all this from us for free energy. See, they want to meter it to you. See, they want to control you. They want to poke you. They want to give you the hocus pocus. See, don't consent to nothing that they say, nothing that they'll offer you or anything. And you people in the military need to just pull out of there. Get out of the military. Don't fight for these scumbags who tell you to go hurt this person, this person. We need to go shut down Israel, defund them, help get the Palestinian people back in order for all the devastation that we assisted a serial killer group to do that to a group of people, let alone let a bunch of kids starving just last year, and how many are starving this year? Or who's having a drought and we can't get water there? You asses are telling me get to the moon, spend $55 million a day or more of our citizens' money here in America. You need to be shut down, you NASA groups, you liars. You den of vipers, you've been discovered. Secret societies are no longer secret because they're stupid. Smartphones made them that way. Just like they tried to dumb us down with television. Just turn it off and you'll wise right up, and it's easy to discover these freaks. It's not hard. They're not very clever. One should see the recipe. They just use it over and over. You just have to know a little bit about your past. Not a lot. Just go study the world's fairs and you see everything they hid is what we're telling you. You know, even the half-truthers like John Levy will point you in the direction of what I'm telling you right now. But not at a level I'm telling you that it was all about that energy to control you, to have the power, the arc of electricity, because it's there available for all of us for free. Okay? So, I know we're getting to the end of this, because I remember that glorious building right there, that coastline they call a melted building that I call, and they'll call that a mountain that was eroded and you know, erosion levels, and it's stacked up in this historic era, and this dinosaurs roamed, and rah, 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 and all the crap, you know. So I know we're coming to the end. That's a melted world, and I didn't want to just lose that footage and have no narrative to it, so I gave a quick narrative. I know it's not as good as the first narrative because it just flowed, and I know to creators out there, when you're in a flow and it's going and you know and it's good, and then something happens and you just want to try to recapture it, but you can't, but you try anyway because you want to say out to the world, all the mountains are melted buildings. Not some of them, all of them. All the coastlines are buildings, went through a cataclysmic thing. You can't get to the moon. You ain't getting to Mars. There's a dome over top of you. It's been cracked. They call that the Milky Way. That's the crack in your veil, folks. Don't let them crack your mind. You'll melt your mind open. Oh, here, I wanted to show you too. Um, where Google blocks this section out right here. They blocked this whole section out right here because what I'm telling you would be 100% more evidence. Because see here, when I go a little more over to the side, you'll see something that looks more like a structure. Well, they block out something that looks exactly like a building. And that's what happened a lot. On the top, there'd be little pockets of survival, and they go in there and blow them up and stuff like that. That's what they do. Uh, with the same people who provide you internet today, we're in the explosives game back there, AT&T. Ain't that funny? We got John Wesley Powell going all over the United States and South America, blowing stuff up for the Smithsonian, and then they call it an earthquake. He's in San Francisco 4 days later, taking pictures, and 4 days later there's an earthquake and a fire. In Chicago, same way, the cow comes along and kicks a candle and burns the joint down, right? Frank Zappa on Deep Purple, Frank Zappa and the Mothers burn the place to the ground. Yeah, and that's funny. A lot of the truth is in the lyrics of that. So yeah, I was showing you this cat that was down here that we seen earlier. He's got a rope that goes all the way up here into the melted building and probably into pockets of survival all through here. And they'll call them tunnels, or people mind them and all this other stuff. And it's not. They're pockets of survival in there, folks. This is all building. There's another one over to the left. There's one there. There's one there. Entryways into this melted building. So that would be awesome to go inside. I don't know about the rest of you. We need to have real explorers telling the real story about this melted world. That's what we need. So that's my hope, and that the red brick community grows and learns how to become eagles, and stops denigrating the world for something someone else believes in, and just show them that all the mountains are melted buildings, and let them, maybe those who are telling you all the mountains are melted buildings need something more in their life. They need God in their life. They need someone to tell them that, hey, Psalm 46 said that all the mountains are melted buildings. Oh, it didn't say that, my bad, sorry. It said that God melted this world. I don't want to, step on, alter the word. So there it is there. So it's all been melted, folks. A melted world. So red bricks. That was a quick video. And red bricks to y'all. Peace.